What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are continuing on our mass exploration voyage, on the exploration challenge, where I was attempting to see how long it would take me to earn 100 million ISK. Now, if you notice, I've decided to use this, whatever this random station is I'm in, Savala, as my dumping ground. So I just happened to be passing through here. I looted stuff from an existing container. Somebody had shot someone else at a gate, and I looted a couple things there. So 8 or 9 million of this is from that. So let's say I'm at 30 million, but these things happen, so maybe we can include it. So just for the sake of the challenge, we'll say we're at 40 million, just sitting in the cargo space here. That doesn't account for any value of this blueprint. The blueprint, though, is I guess I should change the title and everything. The exploration challenge continues. Moving on from Savala. And the game is EVE Online. There we go. Bloop. And it's changed. Alright. So we started out with 219 jumps, and I've got a bunch of math here. So the first day we explored for 2 hours, and it was a Sunday. We picked up about 18.1 million ISK, and we made somewhere on the order of 50 or 60 jumps. The second day, we're looking at a little over an hour, and we picked up 21.3 million. About 10 million was from that cargo loot, and we made 35 jumps, and now we've got 142 left. The math doesn't totally add up there, but there was an 11 jump modification here that I added on the end. So all right, so 142 jumps, and this is just an arbitrary course that I set for myself. The date is, let's see, it's a Wednesday afternoon/evening at about 5 p.m. Server time, it's 100. So let's just undock and continue on our merry way, exploring as we go. So for those of you that are joining me on Twitch, of course, thank you. Feel free to follow and subscribe, and on YouTube as well if you're watching there. Would really appreciate the follow, the subscription there. You can find me on YouTube at Vinsis Gaming or Twitch at Vinsis. So that said, we have an answer to the question of whether you can continue to train skills past 5 million skill points all the way up to the 20. The answer is no, without using those alpha injectors. So that's good to know, and I have, as such, had to pretty much stop training on this character, because I've already exceeded, or I've reached the 5 million skill point barrier already, which is unfortunate. So a couple people, I think in response in one of my other videos on the exploration challenge, was talking about how, or at least on the daily alpha injectors last week, I think, mentioned that no, you continue to learn skills but it's just at that alpha rate, and the alpha injector allows you to sort of train them at a rate of, or similar to an omega character. So as we found, that's not true. I can't select even the grayed out skills to go above 5 million skill points. Let's dismiss this. I've got 4.944, and if I wanted to drop this in here, it gives you this yellow hash mark, and that is what lets you know. Alright, so there's a wormhole. We don't care about wormholes because we're sticking to high sec, and we're going to jump off. So that's disappointing. It would have been really nice to, on alpha accounts, get up to 20 million skill points, just, if you were willing to spend the amount of months training skills at the alpha rate, which is half speed. Getting you to 20 million skill points would take you a long time, a year, maybe 2. And if people are dedicated enough to stick in your game for 2 years while doing that, and in the process providing content for everyone else who is paying, and the amount of opportunity for this person to be brought into the paying or subscribing fold over 2 years is quite high. and it's unfortunate that they didn't think to allow that. But I guess that's life. You can't choose all of these things. Another aspect of that is the changes that like YouTube made recently to their partner program. This happened yesterday or early this morning. I got an email about it because my YouTube channel doesn't meet the minimum threshold of 1,000 subscribers, and I'm coming up close on the like time watched threshold, but still, it's a little frustrating. They keep moving the goalposts, as my wife said, and that's an apt analogy. So that said, if you would really like to financially support me or the stream, you can do that. I think I've got a link down at the bottom of my Twitch page, and any and all donations there would be greatly appreciated, but by no means required. So, all right, so we've got another wormhole here. It seems like wormholes are pretty common. Yeah, I'm lined up. All right. I'm just along the edge of this outer sphere here. I know that I think some people come in and like manually move the individual probes one by one on their own, and more wormholes. All right, so we're gonna warp off here. I've never done that, and I've never. Yeah, I don't see the point of it. So I just kind of stick with my pinpoint formation. Maybe the spread formation would be good to use just to like get everything quickly. I don't know. We can try it in the next system and see what success we have with it. You know, just as a trial period there. So worth trying. Looks like there's somebody here in a leopard. I'm flying around in my hair, and now I did a little searching online. I didn't come up with any real concrete information. Somebody told me that that 95 was the point. But anyway, I did a little searching online for what the minimum scan strength needed to be in order to scan down. Excuse me. What the minimum scan strength needed was to scan down like the most difficult sites. And this person said it was 95, and I don't believe that. But I'm going to save this little pattern spread formation change for when I've got more than one item in here, so I can just sort of like throw them out on the field and then see what it picks up. But anyway, it would be really good to know what that minimum scan strength is, so that when you are coming up with a ship fitting, you can, like once you reach it. So right now I'm at 81, scan strength. Excuse me for just a moment. I'm going to blow my... But anyway, if you can identify that... Ooh, a relic site. Now we're talking. We might make a little bit of money today. I'll narrow that down. Yeah, if you can identify it, then maybe you don't need rigs that help with the scan strength. Maybe you can just use, items throughout, and this is helping with scan strength as well, right? So if I have this, I've got, I don't know, additional, let's see, Crumbling Garista's Solar Harvester. Yep, level 2 difficulty. And we'll just come on a little closer here. And hopefully we'll be able to get there before anybody else does. But, that said, you can pull these rigs off and give yourself... you can add rigs that add to your virus coherence, add to your virus strength. Now, those are generally specific to like whether it's relic or data. But if you're only doing relic sites, which a lot of people do, I don't understand why. But I get it, but I'm not a big advocate of that. But if you're only doing that, then you can really tailor your ship fit to it. You can get rid of those gravity rigs, and you can just throw in some relic, site fit or builds. Rigs. There we go. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. All right. So let's go circle that. We'll see what's in each and every one of these. So in the meantime, I'm going to put this over here. All right, 8 of those. Oh, yeah. Okay, somebody in the Noob Corp is fitting out their heron. And let's see what's in there. Let's pulse this. 5 charred microcircuits. I gotta say, I'm not impressed with the loot here so far. Okay, looks like I got too far away from the other one, but okay. Alright, so we're here. And let's just get going. 5, 5, alright, that's no good. 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. There it is. Now one of these only has, I think it was this one, only had carbon in it. No, maybe it's this one. Yeah, that's the one with 2 carbon. Okay. Well, it's not very exciting. Potentially downright insulting, but that's life. We're a little close to pop our prop mod here, but I'm going to slow boat into it. In the meantime, I figure I'll activate my, I'll pull my probes back in, so I'm ready to head out once I get there. And this is getting closer, so now I can scan that one back as well. Looks like my targeting range is less than my scan range there. Oh, an intact shield emitter. That may be worth a little something. Alright, 2, 1, 1. That's nice. We'll activate that. I'll activate that as well. Okay. 5, 5, 2, 1. There we go. And let's loot that. You know, I feel like having hotkeys for open cargo would be useful. Yep, there's my carbon. I don't know why I just went through all that, but whatever. All right, so that 2 cargo really helped out. It gave me an additional, or 2 carbon, gave me an additional 702 ISK. That's Froyo money right there. Not that there's Froyo available in the game, but you understand. That's Froyo money. Alright, getting a little bit closer. And this is just with like Relic and Data Analyzer 1s. So the range on the 2s I think is 6,000 kilometers. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to use that one. 2. Yeah, that's bad. 3, 2. I can't get past that because of this. 1. Yep, I needed that, and we'll get down in there. And I needed that too. 1. Okay. I always find it interesting when I'm in a relic site, especially one of those ones like this one, which is in high sec that, you know, a lot of people can get to. I'm curious why, you know, I'm in here and why I haven't had a bunch of people crash this site and try to, you know, hack it while I'm in here. I doubt that it's general manners and, you know, social mores, but regardless, I'm always surprised nobody comes in here. Let's see, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Yep, we'll take that. 2, 1, and there it is. Now, once you've opened, like once you've started the mini game, then I think you're pretty much squared away. Like nobody can come in and take that from you. Look at that, 625K. All right, so that one site gave us about 700K. Not great, but arguably also not terrible compared to all of the data sites that I've done. I mean, the same basic turnaround. If I take off the core scanners, yeah, it's just 673,000 ISK. It's pretty paltry. And at very least, the data sites turn into a... the data sites have a potential to be one of those covert or ghost sites. So, let's see. Oop. Need to open this back up here. And I suspect, usually whenever I see a frigate sort of bouncing out of a system I'm in, I'm like, man, I bet that's an explorer. All right. So let's launch our probes here, and let's try this. See what it does. All right, that's 16 AU. But there we go. All right, we'll just put it at 8. I mean, if nothing else, at least one of these probes should cover each of them, right? Which narrows it down somewhat. All right, let's see. Let's look for rigs. Yeah, it wasn't enough to do anything. All right, well, that's good to know. We'll go after this little ring here first. Drop it to 2. Analyze that. And let's see, scanning rigs. Access. I don't understand or know really what access difficulty bonus modifiers are. Virus coherence bonus, I get 10 additional virus coherence. The efficiency, yeah, I don't know. Alright, so that's a wormhole. Don't care about that. We gotta make this bigger again just to narrow this down. But maybe while we're doing this, access difficulty bonus modifier. Yeah, there we go. Access difficulty, exploration, and yeah, there we go. Alright. It's still a cosmic signature. We'll just bring this out. Difficulty unknown. Yeah, try and center that up there. Alright. Hacking minigame. It no longer has any function. The rigs now give +10 virus coherence to the relevant relic or data sites. Got it. So that's it. Ignore access difficulty modifier. Virus coherence, I would guess this is for data. Yep. Alright. Bring that down. So virus coherence of 10 is maybe 10% bonus. Scan speed drawback. Alright. Okay, that's a combat site. Don't care about that. Moving on. So, I guess really all it does, what's the type 2? That's scan strength. So another option is if you really want to focus, like I could pick each of these, right? I could grab the data version and the relic version and give myself 10 additional, virus coherence on anything that I come across if I'm able to give up, these gravity capacitors. So let's see here. We'll scan that down. I'll throw this on there and that. Right, and so now we're just better prepared for what we're up against. And there we go. We'll just put this here. Drag it over there. We might be able to get both of these in this one scan. Not like all the way, but still. So this is the sort of thing that I would like to be able to explore. If I've got this helping with my scan range finding array, it drops, I really take a serious hit to scan strength. So I would need to have it be pretty high in order to even really consider something like this. I'll drop that to 2. But that's good to know that this access difficulty bonus modifier is basically worthless at this point. So at least that's what Reddit tells me. I guess I should check Eve University access difficulty. Yeah. It's probably in the hacking 101. Alright, that's a wormhole. Don't care about that. We'll just keep on trucking. Alright, let's see. Access. Yeah, site identification, access, and 2 wormholes. Okay, well, keep on keeping on. We're just going to jump on, go on to the next one. Now, it doesn't look like the hacking, what did this say? Access difficulty bonus modifier. Maybe if I search for bonus modifier. Yeah, it's not on the Okay, so really all it is, based on, here, just to show you what I'm seeing here. You can see here that the rigs, the mimetic, virus coherence by 10, virus coherence by 10 for the, and then 10% bonus to scan strength. Alright, back to the game. Alright, that guy is rated poorly. And he may think that I am, yeah, an easy target. And really, honestly, I am. I don't have any defense. I'm in like a really weak ship with no offense either, so if somebody attacked me, they could pretty much have everything and anything I wanted. Thankfully, being in high sec, they would have to die or sacrifice themselves to do it, and they'd probably have to coordinate with like one of their buddies so that they could kill me, and then, yeah, let's double check. Yeah. You know, so they would kill me and the other one would come loot. And that's what happened at the end of the last exploration jaunt, is I came across, I literally watched it unfold in front of me. A jump freighter, I'd been sort of going system to system, and then I saw somebody with poor security status, and the jump freighter blew up. And then there was a leftover cargo container, and I want to say that it was the cargo container for the assailant. So I looted it and then quickly docked up because I'm kind of a chicken. That, and I'm out here, I'm in high sec, I've got, like I said, no defense or offense. So if that person wanted to come back and pick a fight with me, they very much could. So no reason to leave myself open needlessly. Not only that, but I was wrapping up with the stream and going and dumping all my loot. So even if it does happen, I'll only lose, 670k of what I've picked up so far. Alright, this may be a level 3 difficulty. Yeah, I may need to bump it back up to 4 in order to grab it, but let's see. We'll see how that goes. And another wormhole. Alright, well, it is starting to get into prime time. I couldn't get on any earlier. Having a real job and everything takes a bite out of, game time and stream time, and more specifically, exploration time. So that's too bad. But that's life. Got to pay the bills. Yeah. And now we're going into Turianus. Turianus. I think it is Turianus. That's really bad. It's like there's a park near here named Stoolsoft. Didn't occur to me that sounded really bad until I was telling someone about it, and they were like, "Wait, it's named what? No, say that again." And then I got it, because invariably, that's how you learn about a lot of these things. And let's see, gotta line it up, bump it to 8, and put it right there. Yeah, so I'm not, the original claim of a billion ISK in a day is seeming less and less likely or possible the more I do this. I mean, I've got like 3.5 hours in, and they of course quickly followed up by saying 6 to 8. So I've got like almost half. I'm about halfway through time-wise in high sec here, and that's a Caldari. Let's see. Oh, that's a relic site. Okay. Let's drop in on it and see what there is to see. And center up on it, and then we should be good to go. Really excited. Now when we're in there, we can see what an additional 10 virus coherence will do for us. All right, we'll warp on in, and then I guess we have to ask ourselves the question of, if we get into a site and there's somebody there, do we just warp off and leave it, or do we try to snake it from them? I feel like we're good people and we don't snake sites from people. We also clear the sites we're at because we're trying to, you know, be good explorers and such. Alright, so nobody's here. That's good. We'll orbit that one and we'll scan away. See what's in these things. Nothing. Alright, well, at very least, let's redirect ourselves. We'll do that one last. Okay, nothing in that one either. Alright, I would guess that this is one that somebody else came in and then refused to clean up. If it's not, then CCP, you guys are assholes. Putting 3 things in here, and only one of them has some piddly amount of loot, and the other 2, not even 1 carbon to go with my carbon collection. I mean, that's harsh. All right. 3, 2, 1. And there it is. 5, 5, 5. That's not where it's going. 2, 1. Okay. Yeah, I suspect it's up. No, maybe not. 3. Okay. Yeah, there it is. I am getting a phone call here. I will have to call him back once I am done, though. Alright, so let's see. Cargo ship is too far away. And yeah, 74K. That's what we get for our efforts here. We'll unlock that, and I guess we'll orbit it. I feel like I should have guns on this thing just so that I can shoot these. I don't know if you can shoot the debris cans, but you should be able to if there's nothing in them and you want to send a clear message. Like, not that CCP is managing or tracking what cans get shot and destroyed and which ones don't, but alright, so here we open this one up and we lose it. Let's just verify that there's nothing in it before we completely blow it up. And there is nothing in it, so there we go. Yep, and it blows up. Yeah, that's really disappointing. I'm not making my billion tonight, I'll tell you that much. Alright, coming up on this other one. And yep. Let's circle back around. I guess we can pull our scan probes in because it's not like anything is happening there. And we'll just jump back off. That's pretty disappointing, finding a relic site and only having 1 can that has anything in it. I suspect that somebody came and looted it out and then left those, but it's hard to prove. I mean, if it was all empty and or carbon containers, then we would know. Yeah. Moving back towards a little bit higher security, high security space. So there's nothing here. We'll just keep on jumping. And that's unfortunate. The value of cans in the higher security you get, the less you're gonna make. But if you can just spend the entirety of your time in 0.5 space, then you'll make significantly more than if you were rolling around in 1.0. And that's the same thing for missions. So if you're a mission runner or you would like to consider being a mission runner, find agents if you can in the lowest security space possible. You'll make a lot more on every level of it. Come on. Okay. What is this? Is that my course? Maybe it is. Alright, let's put this back at 8 AU. And we'll scan it out. So, it's Wednesday, it's January. I'm not feeling particularly inspired. Work has been frustrating lately. People aren't showing up to meetings. They aren't responding to emails. I literally had to ask somebody today when they were like, hey, why don't you take the action to meet with so-and-so and so-and-so? And I had to ask, well, I'd be happy to, but if I invite them to a meeting, do you think they'll come? And the other person said, no. And then I said, all right, well, then I don't think it makes any sense for me to be the one to throw the meeting. Will they come if you invite them? And then this person said, yes. And I said, well, there you go. You're the one with the action. Congratulations. So there's a gas site. That's not something you see with great regularity in high sec. But at least now we know it exists. You don't have to go into wormholes, although it's going to be few and far between to find gas sites in high sec space that you're, like when you're looking to mine it. There may be, excuse me. There may be a website that tracks anomalies and other such like this, but let's show info. Imicus, yep. It says scanner. Man. Too many people out. Maybe that was the person who emptied out my relic site. Again, sorry about that. Just managing my face. Nobody wants a runny nose. Yes, it is the newbie corp you're in. Alright, we're still in Caldari space from the looks of things. Just based on the gate and what's going on there. Alright, we've got a couple. Pop that back to 8. Bring it down. And off you go. Yeah, I like the look of the ship. I've been doing some, been earning money down in Nullsec, running Sancha Havens and such. And I figured the Vexor Navy issue is not an attractive ship. I'm not a big fan of camo, so it was really pretty ugly. And constantly having to look at that ship in that coloring was bugging me. So I went and I was like, oh look, there are at least 2 or 3 different skins that are very attractive. And as it turns out, other people think they're attractive too, and they're few and far between. So the one that I went looking for was like a white and a light blue. That turns out it's going to be 750 million ISK for the skin on a ship that at best is maybe 200 million ISK fully fitted. So not how I want to spend what little money I have. Alright, that's a data site. That's good. Local Baristas production installation. So while I scan that down, or while I go to the site, I'm going to just fly there first. And then while I do that, I'm going to continue scanning on this second signature here. Baristas production installation. That should be... Hopefully this other one is the site as well, and this other person in here is not going to take it. Alright. We will scan all of these and do the best we can. Nothing. Great. That's just great. Alright, so 1 Talcon. Here, we'll narrow this down. 2 carbon on that one. Alright. And let's get into the mini game here. Let's see. 2, 2, 1. That's 2. That's 2. Yeah. Alright. So generally speaking, I think we are proving that you want to go to the one that's further away. Alright. So there's only 2 items to be had here. And if this other signature... Nope, it's a wormhole. Alright. Well, that's good. That allows me to... and we'll pulse the prop mod there. It allows me to clean this site without feeling like I'm being rushed. Nobody likes to feel rushed. Talican mathematical schematics. They could just be mathematics schematics, but maybe they're mathematical. Maybe that is grammatically correct. Nope, that's not the right one. There we go. We're in a data site. And we'll activate that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Another one. There we go. 5, 5, 5. Okay, well that's 3. Of course. Alright. There we go. So alright, so this was 215K and this is 575. So now total we've got 1.5 million. And that's not bad. So let's go and blow these other ones up. Clean our site out. And then we can jump off. Yeah. We would like to go a little bit faster than 400 meters per second. Come on, there we go. Middle of the operation, it will deactivate without repeating. That's fair. So there we go. Let's orbit. And off we go. I mean, if we really wanted practice doing that mini game, this would be a great opportunity to do it. But I don't feel the need for the practice. So let's go. Come on. There we go. Okay, that one blew up rather spectacularly. And one more. And there it is. Alright, now in some sites, thankfully not these, but if you fail and this thing blows up, you can easily get your ship blown up that way. It will do damage to you. Thankfully, not here. And off we go. Alright, so 1.5 million ISK. And that's come out of 2 relic sites and 1 data site. That's pretty disappointing. I won't lie. Our our path to fame and fortune is apparently going to be much longer than anticipated. And I guess that could be said about life in general. I don't know how many of you are actually pursuing fame. Most of you probably are pursuing fortune. And that's just the way life goes. Alright, so nothing here. Jumping off. Going to the next one. Still in Caldari space. Yeah, reading up on the Eve University site. We'll just go back there really quick. A lot of useful information here. If you are interested in exploration, it would behoove you to read this. It goes over ships, what the slot layouts are, 3, 3, 4. You want ideally more mids than anything else because that's where you put all of your stuff. But we're back here and we've got 2, so we don't want to dilly-dally too much on the web. But lots of good information there. It's put that at 8. Yeah, it goes over the ships. It also goes into the Tech 2 ships. And just looking at it here, the Anathema, everything gets up to 4 or 5. Thankfully, unlike the Magnate, which is a Mar, their Tech 2 at least has 4. But anyway, let's see. All right, so let's remember what we learned. The one that's further away is perhaps the one that's most likely to be it. So it was further away on that one axis, but it looked like it was pretty close on the other. So we'll see. Bantam, I think that's not a scanning ship. All right, so we got a little bit closer, and we'll just scan again right there. But yeah, it's really too bad. So the Helios, which is the Galente, and the Buzzard, which are the Caldari upgrades, or the Tech 2 ships, both have 5 mids. The Minmatar and the Amar both only have 4. Really? A second one of these? Alright. And we'll get that smaller again and try to home into it. I would guess that this is a level 3 difficulty. This person's in an Inimicus. Hey, you get away! Get away! Oh, that's a gas site. Okay, well, that's good to know. Maybe they will spend their time scanning down the gas site while I can spend mine on this. Yeah, get out of here, Imicus. These are mine. It looks like a Russian name. Kostyantin Bilyuk. I find it interesting how international this game is. Let's see, we'll put that at 2. Yeah, it gets into rigs, talks about equipment, everything that you have and maybe should want to use. There's also implants if you really want to go full bore and invest a ton of money. Alright, wormhole, not interested. Warping off. See you later, Imicus. Don't follow me. I mean it. I'm sure you're a nice fellow or lady, but not interested. Let's see. You can tell how difficult it is to access a container and how valuable its loot is likely to be based on its name. The color of the system core will also change based on difficulty. More difficult containers are found only in low and null sec. Okay, so for yellow or red, only in low and null is only the only place you'll find red. Or wormholes. I've found those in wormholes. Or at least I've found them, and wormholes are where I have spent the majority of my non-high-sec time exploring. Alright. Haven't made a lot of money here. So that's relic. Data is the same. Oh, we forgot to look at our virus coherence when we were hacking those cans. Alright, so that one is there. We'll make ourselves a little bit closer. And it looks like coherence, yeah, usually at its best is around 100. The ones that we're working with are probably around 50 to 60. I guess I could look. It doesn't say there. Alright, that's a wormhole. And I'm in here by myself. This is fantastic. And let's see, a bunch of stuff on the hacking minigame itself, like what let's zoom in here and get it right where it needs to be. The hacking minigame, like what each of the defensive subsystems is and does, and what the firewalls, or what your, little buffs and things do, and it's got a whole varied explanation here. Although, if you really want to get into it, at least from a high level, and like you're just getting into exploration, check out some of my videos on the... Yeah, we went too fast there. Check out some of my videos prior to this. I really break down the mini game and scanning in general. But if you really want to get into the details of it and learn more about it, then check out this Wiki Eve University Hacking 101. It's got a whole bunch of information in there, and if you have any questions, having seen that and read it, then hit me up in the comments, and I can make a video for you, like going over that specific thing, whatever it is. I mean, there's like restoration nodes, virus suppressors, antivirus, and firewalls. Firewalls are what we've mostly... Yeah, it's a combat site. Alright. We're warping on. Still the only one in here, so that's nice. But yeah, there's all kinds of interesting information here. There's tips and tricks. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about this. When you use local, or you have local up, if you hit Control A, it'll select everybody. And that way when somebody comes in, they won't be selected and it will have attention drawn to them. I was aware of that, but I forgot. So, it's good to remember. Alright, we'll go back out to 8. And drag that down. There we go. So it looks like tomorrow night, I've got it on the schedule for the stream schedule. I've got to get into the PS4 and get it to download the Monster Hunter beta, but tomorrow night at 9, I will be playing with Alex, Laurel, and maybe Zamir, and we're going to be trying out the beta for the game. We aren't sure, or at least Alex and I aren't entirely sure that the game will be for us, but this is our chance to sort of figure that out for free before investing in the game itself, which is always good. So, if you're interested in that sort of thing and you want to see us bungle around in a data site, alright. In a game nobody knows and none of us have really played before, then you should tune in. It's going to be 9 p.m. Pacific, and should be good times. And ideally, if I'm on the ball, I will also have gone into the PS4 and changed whatever setting it is so that you can hear more than just me talking to myself, and you can hear them as well. Alright, so there's 6 people here. Local Garista's virus test site. It's only level 1, so I don't think there's anything remarkable that we're going to find here, but hopefully it's empty, or hopefully it's full, but empty of people, and we will make all kinds of money here, because of course that's why we're here. Oh good, 2 cans. Yeah, somebody's picked this over. So and we'll just scan that one. Yep. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. We were able to use while we were there. And alright. This one actually has something in it, which is better than obviously nothing. 3, 2, 2, 1. Alright. And we forgot again to check the virus coherence. But since we've got one more can to explode, we can get in there and see it, and then we can talk about that. So, there we go. 358, that's not bad. Alright. So, we'll go back over to this one, which we know is empty. And let's see. There we go. Come on. 5,000. There we go. Alright. So 70. Alright, so as an alpha, you can get your virus coherence to 70. Bringing it up to 80 might not seem like much, but every little bit helps. Alright, we're warping off. We've got our probes. And we picked up another 350k. Not a ton. It's very slowly, I guess, getting us towards I don't know, 2 million as opposed to 100 or a billion. So let's see. Hopefully we'll get something more. I've got maybe another 10 minutes in me, 10 or 15 minutes, and then I gotta hop off and spend some time with my wife, have a nice dinner with her. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Alright. So, we'll just drag this over here. Bring it up like, I don't know. So, and scan. Wow, we got 6 signatures here. This is exciting. Now there's 6 people here, so if we really wanted to, we could sort of get a look. This looks like there's a drake. We've got a retriever. And alright. Okay. And we'll start here. And work our way around. So it looks like we've got some mission runners in here. And that's good. Maybe some miners. Yeah, stay out of my exploration. Alright. Let's go up to this one. And drop it to 1 AU. So now if you're out in these systems by yourself, generally it's a good idea, especially in wormholes, to like scan everything down, bookmark all of the things that you want to visit, pull your probes back in, and then alright, so that's a combat site. We don't want that. No, come on, let me move it. And then go to them one by one. And you want to you don't want to warp right to it. You want to warp, 50 or 70 kilometers out. And generally you want to be very cautious. So you'll each wormhole or each area of space you come into may have this many or more signatures, and yeah, all right, still centered. Once you scan, so if you've got your probes out, people with directional scanner will see your probes, and they will very likely use that to lie in wait for you. So if you scan something down and then go immediately to it, people will know and they'll be sitting there waiting for you. Whereas if you scan them all down, pull your probes in, and then as you go, if somebody else shows up halfway through your little trip to your various points, 2 combat sites, alright? That's not what we want. And we'll just try this next one. Yeah, they might not even know that somebody is in there with them, because there's no local, or there's local, but you don't show up on it unless you're stupid enough to say something, which not everybody is that savvy, I guess. So let's put that there, and right there, and we'll make it a little bit smaller. Malediction. Let's see, what was... I don't think the Malediction... Nope, not a scanning ship. Keep on moving, Malediction. The Duke. Another combat site. Man, all combat sites. That's rather strange. We'll bump that out to 2 and see what that turns into. Yeah. So these implants that you can get give you +5 virus coherence, or +5 virus strength, which really doesn't seem like a whole lot to me, especially considering they're probably a ton of money. I mean, just to scan while we're out here, let's see here. Wormhole. Alright, so all of that was for nothing. That's great. So we're looking for Patek Prospector hacking. So that's 26.5 million ISK. Environmental analysis. I don't know what that is. I would guess salvage hacking, reduction in cycle time, plus virus coherence for both. Yeah, so I mean, some of the higher level versions of these are hundreds of millions of ISK. Oh, looks like I'm backtracking now. So that's too bad. So we're going back through probably the areas that we were in. Now, as I was saying in local a few minutes ago, There's a message down here, I think at the bottom of the Hacking 101, maybe not. Oh, that's interesting too. So one of the tips, anyway, I was saying something and I don't remember what it was, but come on, pick up the speed. Go ahead, Constantine. Scan this baby down. And get me the hell out of here. But yeah, so if you're out in null or wormhole space in particular, you can drop a can right at the warp in point or some piece of loot. And in doing so, if somebody else warps in after you and they're cloaked, they'll bounce off of it and it'll drop their cloak, thereby revealing them to you. So that's a good tip. If in doubt, move away from the container and cloak up, even if it proves unnecessary most of the time. You'll be thankful those few times it does save you, and you normally won't lose anything by doing so. Let's see. Never assume that someone isn't a threat because they're in an exploration ship. In low sec or null sec, assume that any non-blue in local is going to kill you. That's true. That's true. It looks like they have a class for how to use covert ops ships. Oh. Let's see. Covert ops exploration ships for combat. Yep, nothing here either. Let's see. Scanning, good exploration ship. Ship list. Yeah, I mean, if I look at, I guess I can pull this up. And, well, let's see here. Don't need to look at the Tango. Covert Ops, here we are. Alright, I know that I've built an anathema for my other character. But there's only two turret hardpoints or 2 launcher hardpoints. So I guess you only need... Yeah. Oh, there's one signature in here that we haven't scanned down. Alright. So we'll get to it. Yeah, but the... to fit a gun on here, like I'd need one for the cloak, one for this probe scanner, and then I'd have one gun. I can't carry any probes for combat. So what about the buzzard? Alright. Also 3. I'll drop that down. But, right, so there's only 3 highs, and you still need the 2. And then 1 gun. Galente may have room for 1 drone. 1 light drone. And they only have 2 highs. Alright, so... Alright, this looks like a fresh data site. Which is nice. Zoom in here, get that centered. Yeah, so the Helios at least has 1 drone worth, but if they have any combat capability, like it's not like you're going to be locking them down. We'll move that there. And there we go. And I got to assume, yeah, the Cheetah still only has 3, same, and no drones. So I don't know how you could have any combat capability in a covert ops ship. I mean, really. Alright. Local Garista's Data Processing Center. We're going to close this. I gotta say, the Minmatar exploration ships are fugly. And, I mean, very fugly. Hey, Shinflo. How's it going? Alright. So we'll just circle that one. Turn our probe on. Now it's got to be fresh, right? We already came out of here. Man, really need to blow my nose. We came out of this system not too long ago. Excuse me for a moment. Let me. Yeah, so I've only been out of here for a minute or two, right? Before this one spawned. You know, that was stupid. Why did I... Alright, well, it didn't affect us, but... I mean, if these other two are empty, I guess maybe somebody else could have, like Constantine. Yeah, 2 carbon on that one. And it may just be that this is what really high-sec... sites look like. Maybe they're mostly a bust. And that's what you get for being in high sec. I don't know. So how you doing, Shintlow? You having a nice evening? Or a morning, depending on where you're at? Let's see. 2, 1. Yeah, let's just make our way through this. Oh, nice. And this other one we can just blow up. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, 3 a.m. Wow. Yeah, that's late or early. Do you work like a late job, or what has you up at 3 a.m. watching and possibly even playing EVE Online? We can bounce off of that and go on over. Yeah, it would be pretty sad if that's the full extent of what high-sec exploration gives you, right? I mean, a lot of the sites that I come at are like at least five cans, but the last bunch, I mean, yeah, there's nothing here, so I don't know why I'm wasting my time here, but yeah, there we go, 1-1. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. I don't think anything is there, but yeah, I'm on this challenge. Somebody told me and the corporation, some of my other characters are in, that high sec exploration is too lucrative. That you can easily earn $1 billion ISK in a day doing exploration in high sec. So I put a challenge to myself to see how long it would take me to earn even 100 million ISK, much less $1 billion. I started out at $1 billion, but I just don't. I mean, like literally, I've been playing for an hour, I've been exploring for an hour, and yeah, just a little over an hour, and I've made 2.5 million ISK. Go ahead, Constantine, scan those down. I'll see you later. But hopefully not. I mean, this skill book is worth 100,000. I mean, yeah, it's just been really, really grim. Nothing here. I didn't think that there was much money in high security exploration. I mean, on occasion, if you can come across a ghost site, those really, those are lucrative, and that's where I made, I think, the vast majority of the money that I've made so far. In like the previous couple exploration bouts that I did, one in each instance, and as such, man, Constantine, leave me alone, man. Go find your own zones. Yeah, that's a wormhole. but without those, I really would have made, you know, half or a third of what I've got saved up. So I think in total I'm at like 32, 33 million, if you don't count like a... Well, he might have trolled me, you're right. That's true. But I kind of enjoy exploration, and I was curious. Like, some people say, oh yeah, you can make a lot of money in high sec on exploration, and they're also constantly telling alpha characters, especially new people to the game, that they can easily plex their account by doing exploration. And I've never found that to be the case. So I figured maybe I was missing something, but I mean, I've got a nice fit. I've got relatively high scan strength. I think it's like 80, yeah, 81. That's high enough for what I've come across, but definitely not 100 million to a billion ISK in 6 to 8 hours worth of time, which was kind of what he backed up and said. Everyone was like, really? That much money in high sec? And he's like, well, I mean, it was 6 to 8 hours. I mean, like a full day. So now I've got 4 to 4.5 hours doing this. Man, this guy is everywhere. He will not go away, Constantine. Go away.
Drive active.
Yeah, that's my little Barker. You're earning marbles by being here, by the way. What you can use those marbles for is very limited at the moment. But ideally, at some point, I'd like to do giveaways and things. I've got a backlog of Steam keys for various games that I've gotten in Humble Bundles and monthlies that I don't have any interest in, that other people I think would probably enjoy quite a bit. So hold on to them. See, at some point we can get into that. All right, now we've got a cosmic signature. Let's get on that. See if we have anything here. I know Constantine's going to come popping up here shortly. I don't know how I know. I don't know how he's been following me from zone to zone. I mean, there's a lot of high security space here. So, drop that down, pull it up here. In your experience doing exploration, do you always use this, I guess, formation of probes, or do you ever use the spread formation or make your own manually? I've always been curious about that. Oh, sweet. All right. Yeah, there's quite a bit of competition. That said, I think a lot of people are doing exploration without even the ability to scan down the level 3 sites, which is where those ghost sites are. So anytime I've come across it, I feel like I'm probably the only one in the system who's actually going there. All right, let's pull those in. See what we're up against here. But yeah, part of the reason why I went and found a corporation to join out in Null, and man, see, toucans. I know that somebody just left these empty out here. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, see, if this is what high security cans and sites look like, there's 2 cans and one of them is empty and the other one is, you know, just 300K. It's just really abysmal. Huh. I'll have to look into that, because there have been occasions where I was trying to scan down a like a level 4 and I just didn't have the scan strength for it, and I could get to like 96% or something close enough to make it feel like it was attainable, but obviously not close enough to actually get it. Come on, really? Alright. Yeah, went all around it. Alright, let's see what this other can has in it. 26. Alright. Oh, that's right. We have one of those. Yeah, you know, so I just made a huge route for myself that was like 200 jumps long, kept myself in high sec, and I figure I'll just keep, you know, pushing along that course and see what and how long it takes me to get to 100 million. But like I was saying before I got into this, I'd like to try null security exploration. When I was doing it by myself and before I had like a corporation to sort of, you know, do scouting and all of that with. Wow, right at the beginning. Okay. I did a lot of wormhole exploration, which was, I got myself blown up quite a bit. But that said, it was really lucrative. Like I could easily, well, not easily, but I could conceivably in a day or in an hour or two end up with 150 million ISK. And as long as I could get myself back to where I came from, or I could get myself someplace safe anyway, I could manage to keep it. But I lost 120 million. I was doing it in a fully populated clone, so it wasn't the smartest I've ever done. But that was the most painful, is when you get caught in a warp bubble. And not only do you lose your ship, which at the time was like, 40 million ISK Tech 2 covert ops ship, and then you lose 120 million in in implants as well. Man, that was a lot of money for me at that time, and it still would be quite a hit. But that was really demoralizing. That happened like twice, and then at that point I was like, you know what? Fuck wormholes. I'm not going there anymore. But I'm anxious to get down into nullsec and see what I can do out there, and see what kind of money can be made, in a real situation like that. All right, let's see. There, bring that up to 8, and we're good to go. I'm a little sad. I mean, there's clearly benefits to Caldari ships in exploration, in like a lot of people fly Tengus. Like I really wish that I could scan down combat sites and do the combat sites in the same ship that I scan them down in. And I just don't, I'm not skilled into Tengus, which seems like the main ship of choice for that sort of activity. And the other Tech 3 cruisers, like I think I could pretty quickly and easily get into a Loki, but I don't have a good fit for that, and I don't have enough money to really like get it and then not cry in my sleep after losing it. So yeah. And we'll just keep on heading back through. I mean, we're in the Forge, so I guess at some point I'm curious if I'm going to bump back into Savala, which is where I dumped my first batch of loot. Oh, I'm going through Amar. That'll be interesting. Lots of pirates there. Excuse me. Man. Alright. 2 wormholes there. Just keep on jumping. Yeah, there's something relaxing about exploration in high security space. There's something totally stressful and anxiety inducing about doing it in wormholes. I mean, like, my palms would be sweating. I'd just be like, I'm writing down what, my course through the wormholes were. After a certain point, I'm like, well, there's nothing in this one. I might as well just, like, start wormhole jumping and go from one to the next. And pretty regularly, I was able to find my way back. Although, once I sort of gave up on that and figured that, at worst, I'd wind up in... I was very naive, but I was like, at worst, if I wind up in null space, I can just fill my cargo hold with exploration goodies, because I'll just be by myself, I'll have local to go by, and everything will be wonderful and safe. Or safer, anyway. And, unless you, now that I know, having existed in nullsec, that people roll wormholes just to close them, and they go hunting for people like me. I realize now that was not the best plan that I've ever had, but I guess that's life. I think I only paid for it once, and then I was trying to get out of nullsec, and let's see. Yeah, I ended up getting caught in a bubble, and that was one of those situations where I lost my implants as well, and you learn your lesson. Control-Alt-Shift-M does something, but doesn't show ping. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm following Corp Chat. Alright. Pulling that up. Yeah, so I'm highly skeptical of this high security exploration being a valid means of plexing your account. Not happening. And all that for a combat site. Alright. I'm smelling dinner right now, and it smells really good. And I am quite hungry. Yeah, I don't know. There's gotta be, every time I look, I mean, even with the Tengu and with the Tech 3 cruisers, it seems like you have to carry around a mobile depot so that you can run around in a combat fit for when you need to be in combat and a scanning fit for when you need to scan down the things that you're going to combat. And it's really just too bad that you can't do both. I guess I understand why, because people would be able to hold and have combat scanners and be able to just really wreck people if they could do everything in their ship. But still, I would like it. And I've got 2 accounts, so I guess theoretically I could run one exploration ship, bookmark, have it in a fleet, bookmark the combat sites, and then send my combat character in. But I don't know. Seems like a lot of work. But this is Eve, so it's bound to have a lot of work involved. Man, today feels like this week has been a long week, and it's only been 2 days so far. Yeah. I mean, are there any, fits for those Tech 3 cruisers that would allow you to not carry around a mobile depot? Or is that just sort of an accepted necessity? And are the other Tech 3 cruisers really even worth using other than the Tengu? I was trying, during one of my previous streams, I was trying to come up with since my main exploration character with all the skills is mostly trained into Amar, I was hoping that I could maybe train into the Tech 3 cruiser for Amar, but let's see, what are they called? Strategic cruiser, there we go. Yeah, the Legion, that's what I thought it was. Combat site. Alright, well, we'll pull that in. Keep on keeping on. But yeah, I mean, like, if I tried to build some fits here for the Legion. Looks like I didn't make any that actually were worth using. But scanning rigs. Yeah, we'll throw 2 of those on there. Or maybe we don't want scanning rigs. I would guess that we want those for tank. Subsystems. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm being called to dinner, so I'll have to pick this up later. But Shinlo, it was nice to meet you. Thanks for joining me. And hit a follow on me if you'd like to see when I'm hopping online. It looks like my next time will be either later this evening, but most reliably and most regularly will probably be tomorrow evening. Something like 27 hours from now. So 9 p.m. Pacific. And I'll be doing a little bit of Monster Hunter online with some friends. So I think that's it. I'm gonna have to log out here, and we'll just continue our voyage in the next video and in the next stream. So thanks for your input, and we'll play with Tech 3 cruisers then, and I'll try again to get this Legion into something worth flying. But thank you, and yeah, have a good night. Try to get some sleep, and I'll catch you later.